right, boys, sharpen your pencils, because I'm going to take you to school again.
The futures odds to win the 2014 Stanley Cup have already been released by some sportsbooks and have already taken some early action as of July 25th. So let's take a look right now at some notable teams' current odds to win the 2014 Cup. The two favorites at the moment are the always hyped and often overhyped Pittsburgh Penguins and the 2013 champs Chicago Blackhawks. Pitt is currently the favorite at Bet365 at 5-1 with Chicago at 5.5-1, but at Bodog, Chicago's the favorite at 6-1 with Pitt at 6.5-1. Pittsburgh, of course, plays a flashy and exciting style predicated on speed and world-class skill on offense with much less attention devoted to defense, and that style does lead to dominance in the regular season with a lot of winning stretches and a lot of wins by big margins, and especially at home, they can look absolutely unstoppable at many times during the regular season. But in the playoffs, where defense and grit tend to matter a lot more, the Pens seem to run into trouble every year against top teams that do play that style. And additionally, the Pens have a major hole in goal that they might not have to fill to make the playoffs, but will for sure have to fill if they want to win the Cup. So once again, Pitt's futures odds to win the Cup at the outset may be significantly overvalued. With Chicago, it's always tough to repeat as a champ in any pro sport, but Chicago should return the same deep and balanced team that got them the title in 2013, and goaltender Corey Crawford really came into his own last year, and especially in the playoffs. So for them, the toughest thing to overcome might be the psychological effects of having won it all the previous season, and we did see the Blackhawks have some mental breakdowns and issues with team focus already in last year's playoffs. Then the third and fourth choices are Boston and St. Louis. Not a huge surprise there. Boston's 10-1. They were, of course, the runner-up for the 2013 Stanley Cup, and they'll be again anchored by elite goalie Tuukka Rask, but they may have some personnel issues with their top players dealing with age, injuries, and or contract matters. Then St. Louis is 13-1 at Bet365, and they should return with their patented brand of hockey based on brutal, tough defense, which is, again, not suited to flashy regular season wins, but is very well suited to gutting out playoff games and winning series. They'll probably need to find significantly more scoring, though, to be able to actually win the Stanley Cup Finals, where they will no doubt be facing an opponent with overall team balance. And then Detroit will be one of the most interesting teams to watch this upcoming season. They're 16-1 to win the Cup at the moment, and they dropped from about 10-1 a few weeks ago. Detroit, of course, took a lot of people by surprise and played way better than expected in last year's playoffs, due in large part to big contributions from an assortment of youngsters. They'll enter 2013-14 with confidence and experience from last year's playoff run, and that should only serve to help them. Then the LA Kings are at 13-1 at Bet365, down a bit from a few weeks ago when they were 16-1. The Kings will once again feature proven elite playoff goaltender Jonathan Quick, so it's no surprise that their odds took some action at that relatively high line of 16-1. We'll see where those odds finally settle by the time the regular season starts. And that's a look at some of the notable futures odds to win the 2014 Stanley Cup as of late July. For SBR Forum Videos, I'm Peter Loshak.